And we have this breaking news now. As you can see, a building fire or house fire in Redondo Beach.
I'd say that's fully engulfed. Let's go to KCAL's Mike Rogers in SkyCal with the latest. Mike.
Hi, Pat and Jeff. Yeah, we saw this off of our left side here. This building fully involved. Looks like it might be a detached garage, probably converted maybe into a home. Now, we are here before the Torrance Fire Department. Nobody is on scene here. This is Kingsdale Avenue. The Torrance Police Department just arrived. We saw them running to the back to see if there was anybody back there. We haven't seen anybody come out of the structure here, as you see neighbors starting to gather here in the front. We even have this person back here trying to put a garden hose on it. As you can see, the flames really shooting out of here. Whatever is on fire there is burning hot. Now connecting to the building, I'm going to ask my pilot Chris to make a half orbit here because I believe it is starting to catch the house next door on fire. You see the fence here. It looks like that air conditioning unit on this yellow house is starting to catch fire as well. So we're getting into a situation where it's starting to expose some of the other buildings here. Even this fence totally melted here. Some of the grass on fire as well as flames just shoot out of this building, Pat and Jeff.
Okay, and obviously we don't know what's inside that building for sure. I see another person running from the adjacent building and still no firefighters around, which is rather strange. Yeah, I'm looking at that neighbor right there.
He's frantic for
right,
sure.
He really is. Obviously, might be trying to get, no, he's going into that yellow building or that yellow home there, Mike. I don't know if you saw that or not. He had a backpack of some sort.
Yeah, right. And Pat and Jeff, still no firefighters on scene. Torrance police starting to show up, a couple more of them here to at least get the road blocked off and have the fire department have their access. My pilot's telling me the fire department is starting to come in down the street here, but whatever it is, this lit off very, very quickly in a very residential neighborhood. You've got a Target up there to the right as well, but thick black smoke really pouring from this building as it starts to potentially catch this structure next to it on fire as well. Lots of smoke and fire coming out of this one,
That
Pat
person
Jeff.
inside that building to the left right there went inside. They might be trying to get stuff out, but that is certainly fully engulfed, that outbuilding of a home in Redondo Beach. Mike, as we take a look around, give us the lay of the land. It appears that there's just a few feet between all of these structures. I'm actually surprised that nothing has caught fire yet from this fire, but it certainly could.
Yeah, when you look at it, you can see the first arriving engine just pulling up here from Torrance Fire. But yeah, when you look at it, a lot of these homes have homes in the front and then either garages or converted garages, potentially maybe where other people are living as well back here. That's not uncommon, these ADUs or auxiliary dwelling units where people live in. So there's not a lot of space between the buildings here, and it is really, really cooking. Lots of black smoke. Again, Torrance Fire now just arriving on the scene here. We can actually feel the heat from the fire right here from SkyCal from where we're at.
I can imagine. I can actually see when you pushed in there some fire just escaping from holes, or smoke actually coming from holes in that roof. That yellow building or housing structure that we were talking about earlier, yeah, we're looking at it right there coming off that roof. Seems to be like a tarp of some kind or a couple of tarps, even a trampoline right in the front or on the side of that yellow structure. Yeah. So it does make you think that there possibly are, it's not just a building.
Got some fire
on the other building.
Right, and we've also got some fire on this roof now as well. So this is the fire department's worst nightmare here, is when this fire starts spreading from one place to another. Obviously, we've got the front house to worry about as well. I'm going to ask Chris to do another kind of half orbit. We'll see if it's kind of moved into that front house. But you see Torrance Fire right here now trying to get, Redondo Beach Fire trying to get water on it. They're getting their lines drawn as well. This thick black smoke really coming up.
Only a couple of engines so far though, right? Or is it, yeah, I saw one pull up, but it looks like there could be maybe a couple.
Yeah, we've got one engine here, and it looks like this might be either a battalion chief or a squad, or we've got one of each here. But yeah, so far, just the one engine from Redondo Beach as we start to move into this. And I'll put our map tracker on here just so you can kind of see the streets. This is Kingsdale here, which is where the house is on. And then we've got Grant Avenue as kind of the major cross here. So that's the area where it's burning here in Redondo Beach.
You know, a lot of people are trying to knock down this fire on their own. I saw some water spraying up from that home to the left right there, the bottom part of your screen with the LEC.
This is a
neighbor from behind, and that house to the left, which is a yellow home, that person was, it didn't appear to be spraying from a garden hose, but sending buckets of water up to that garage that is on fire. So obviously this is kind of a community effort at this point in time, as the fire crews are just getting to this. But that looks like it's spread to the home there now.
Has
Mike,
it, Mike? Can
maybe
you
it's
tell?
just the-
Oh, there's someone there.
Yeah, that's the guy that you were talking about, Jeff. Yeah, with
Okay.
the hose. And look at this. We're also starting to burn. There's a car on fire under there as well. You have some a wheelbarrow. I can't tell what that other thing is, but now all of the property in the yard is starting to burn too, which is obviously going to be more problematic as we kind of get overtaken by the smoke, starting to blow some wind here. Fire department, now we have a second engine on scene. They are starting to get some water on it. They're just on the other side of the alleyway there, on the other side of the column of smoke. So it's a little hard for us to see them there with all this thick, heavy black smoke. But so far, I mean, look, now we're burning up a power pole here, so probably going to have some power outages in the area as well as this comes into play. Edison, I believe, is the power provider down here. They're going to have to turn the power off to this neighborhood for a while, which is also going to be problematic for people. But it's really impressive, you know, Pat and Jeff, and we see some sparks right here as the power lines start to burn as well.
Looks like
What
that
I was going to
roof's
say
about
is
to
it's really
give.
impressive. So whatever is burning in there very, very hot, because for to have a building this engulfed in flames before the fire department even arrives, you must have some pretty good fuel in there that is really driving this fire, as the Redondo Beach Fire Department now trying to get a hose line on there. It looks like maybe having a little bit of problem with pressure there because the hose stream doesn't seem to be reaching the fire, but they're just kind of getting in place and trying to get everything situated now.
They're very limited on space too, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. It looks like
Either
a very
side.
tiny space in between those buildings. And the other thing, Mike, we've seen some of the some neighbors, if you will, that have been trying to assist in putting this fire out. I'm just surprised we haven't seen more people on the street.
That's
you know,
another
I mean,
building.
coming out of their homes, or I guess they haven't called for people to really evacuate. And we're not even sure. We hope that there's no one inside that structure, but you know, at this
could
point,
be.
we just don't know that information or not, and that's really, it's really hard to look at, to see that this building or these homes just burn like that, not knowing exactly how it happened or what could be inside.
You know, Pat, so many of those homes now, the ADUs in the backyards, I would hate to
Got
think that
those.
might be the situation. Somebody might be trapped in there, but that's an inferno that's burning just to the back of that outbuilding, Mike. If you just had a shot there a few seconds ago, this is really burning. Look at that. I mean, that is a big ball of flame right there.
And that pole, and do you see any firefighters in the back of this structure, Mike?
So I don't, and you know, to be honest, I don't really know that there's space for them to get back here. I mean, in theory, they could put an engine right here on the left side and run a hose maybe down the driveway, but there's not a lot of access between the properties here, so there's not a lot of room for them to do this work. But look at this flame has now taken the length of the pole, and even look at the power lines right here. It's even burning down the power lines as the firefighters are just starting to get water on this, and I do believe
That's the
this
other
building
house.
next door might be on fire
Yes.
as well. And you know, Pat, you were mentioning being able to check inside to see if anybody was in there. This thing went up in flames so fast, it's not safe for the fire department to go in there right now. So their top priority is going to be getting water on it, which it looks like we're finally getting our first hose lines back here, and they're finally able to do that. So they're not going to be able to get in there and check for anything until they finally get the flames under control.
Yeah, I'm surprised,
I'm
though.
sure they can. It's just, you know, you think about these kinds of things, looking
Sparking.
at that fire. And,
Oh, there goes the power line.
well, that's going up. Wow. And I'm surprised, too, in a way, Mike, that we don't see even more firefighters out there right now. I mean, they could be elsewhere, you know, assisting, but it just seems like this fire, well, we see some white smoke now, thank goodness for that, but there still seems to be a lot of active flame, especially with that the power pole and the power line that looked to be going on the side of that other house. So before, right there, before this is
I think
over.
that's the line on fire.
Yeah, that's a line.
Yeah, but that little structure right there, that little kind of a ramshackle shed right up against the property line, that is getting licked with some flames as well. But
that's where that
right there.
trampoline was located, and those tarp structures.
Well, they are getting the handle on it.
You guys were mentioning, you know, fighting it. Right, they are starting to get white smoke. You mentioned fighting it from the backside here. We do have a fire engine that showed up right here that they are running now a line to a hydrant, and then probably, like we were talking about, may come down the driveway here to fight it from the backside of the property. You even got one now in a neighboring residence here who's also putting water on it from his vantage point and able to kind of get the fire here. So they are starting to get a handle on it, but wow, it did a lot of damage before they were able to do that.
Yeah, that's for sure. And especially you showed us that car that was burned underneath there. That could have something to do with how this fire started in the first place. Don't know those answers yet, but this is a smoky fire at this hour of the day in Redondo Beach. And from what we understand, you can imagine that this smoke can be, you could probably smell it and even see it for miles. In fact, that's our LAX camera, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that, the haze in the sky from this fire in Redondo Beach.
Well, remember we first got
There you go.
overhead
You
with
can see that
Skycal.
dark smoke.
Yeah, you could see how dark it was. It was amazing. We got there even before the fire department, how there was that thick black smoke, and that is what is lingering there from our LAX cam there to the left. You can see it, Pat. But that white smoke is an indication that they are putting that out. They got a handle on it. That's always a good sign, although that building,
Still
obviously,
safe.
complete loss, I would say, at this point in time.
And you have to find out, Mike, again, like as you had mentioned earlier, if people in the neighborhood have been impacted by loss of power because of what we've seen happen with the that power pole there being on fire and the power line. And wow, look, there are even more vehicles in between these buildings, which also made it difficult, right, for firefighters to get through. They barely had room to walk, it seems.
Yeah, I wonder if we could assess at this point in time, Mike, and do we see that the homes adjacent to that have been put out and they do not appear to be threatened anymore?
Well, there's fire in the bottom. We seem to... Mike, are you with this? Okay, we're having a little problem getting Mike's audio. You can still see active flame in the structure next to the one that has burned so much. They're putting putting water on it, so hopefully they'll be able to extinguish that. But again, at this point, we're hoping that Mike can get back on the air with us and we can maybe try to ascertain exactly how many buildings have been
well, that home with
not necessarily destroyed, but you know, that one in the middle that we looked at, that looks to be destroyed. That's for sure.
The one with the Spanish tile roof had some singeing on the eaves right there, Pat, and I think they knocked that down pretty quickly. But there is going to be some damage. You see the lower part of your screen right there, just above. Well, it's covered now by our banner, but that was a firefighter that's on the adjacent property too. Yeah,
well, they're going to need all of that. So, well, it looks like they've really got control of this. So we're going to move on to other news here.